Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you are on this big ball of ours known as Earth. How are you? Captain Doc Skinner here on board the Starship Pariah, and this is the Doc Force. Welcome, everybody. It is today. So if you didn't know what day today it was, or which day, it is today. So there you go. Hope you're all having a good day. We got Renee. Wait. I want to click on it. There we go. Renee's here. Yo, what's up, UFO community? And this, I'm glad you pointed this out. Seeing a metallic diamond shape. Oh, this isn't it, but this is the next one, I think. Extraterrestrial alien UFO here in my hometown of San Francisco back in '78 when I was 12, and also an illuminated orb UFO on January 19th, 2020. Mind-boggling, flabbergasted. Well, let me ask you. I mean, Renee, do you think it was extraterrestrial? Do you think it was one of ours, part of the secret space program? Which I got something to say about that in a minute. Yeah. So that's my question for you on that one. And then you made another post real quick. Jordan Peele's new movie Nope is about an extraterrestrial alien UFO, and that was actually brought up, I think, last night. Where I saw it somewhere. Someone mentioned it, but I'm interested to see, because other than their comedy, they really are amazing directors. Get Out and some of those others. It's just like, wow. You don't, I mean, you see somebody in one type of stereotype, and in this case, it was like comedy. They did it for so long, and then boom, they slam you with some of these intense movies. Yeah, Jordan Peele. Yeah, those guys are very talented. Missy's here. Hello, Missy from Indiana. Whoop, skipped one. Dark Crow says, "What's up?" We've got Terry Reesings here. She's been since the beginning. Since the beginning, Terry's been around. Hello, I missed our evenings together. Yes, and so we're bringing them back. And I got some little tidbits of future activities that will happen on the show that I will mention tonight. Could I be any more wordier? Nice UFO interior. Yes, thank you. Yeah, there's gonna be something behind that, you might say. Let's see. Dark Crow says, "What? We got that." And then Christina from British and Proud. Hello. Hold on, I'm a little tongue tied here. It's Christina, British and Proud. Now I sound Russian. Boy, I'm just off my wonkers tonight. Hi, at Doc and the Room. I made it in time tonight. You sure did. Now, I don't have 20 topics I'm going to go over tonight. Last night was like catch up for being gone a month, recouping. But tonight we're going to talk about superpowers. Yes, superpowers. I'm going down the road. Terry says, "I watched Fire in the Sky and the Cousins Brothers interview with Travis. All I can say is I believe him." Yes, I was there when when they were doing it. I was watching those two guys. It's good to have a twin because the amount of stuff you can just whack into a day is just it's phenomenal. It was fun watching, and I learned a lot from them. And that whole thing was all done in a day. I mean, we got up around, we left around like 11 or 12, did the interviews, came back, had dinner, they edited it, and boom, it was up that night. It's the guys are amazing. Let's see here. Terry says, lastly, then I'll shut up. How are you feeling? I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not 100%, but I think I'm getting close to 90. I'm almost there. I have one of the wounds is still healing. It still hasn't fully closed yet. So, yeah, it kind of delayed my healing time, but I do feel better. I do feel better. Let's see here. Renee says, I believe it was extraterrestrial or alien because when I saw the UFO episode of In Search of, hosted by Leonard Nimoy back in 1977. By the way, that show was literally the tip of the spear for ufology and super, natural hubu, Bigfoot, all that stuff, ghosts, paranormal. So because a lot of people say Art Bell. I've said Art Bell has been he's the founder of this ufology and stuff on the radio, and really making a show of it and getting it out there from coast to coast to him when he was still alive back in the early days. But Leonard Nimoy, dude, Renee, good post. I like that. It brought up, yeah, very, very cool. My mom said, pray at church what you want. So yes, alien, I can believe it. Tanner's here. Hello, Tanner. What's up? How are you? We're gonna get through all this and then we'll get going. Christine says, dog, good accent. If you were trying to do Polish, see, I knew it was one of them, and totally off left base here. Or in my early years, I was really into doing voice work, characters and cartoon stuff. And I had gotten this one role, which ended up not happening, but I got it because I was able to do, and I don't think I'm able to do it anymore. There's a lot of things since my stroke a few years back that I can't do much anymore. But I just talked myself out of what I was saying. Oh yes, Polish. I was able to do something that not many people could do. I could take a character's voice and be in one dialect or one style of sound voice, and while I'm talking nonstop, just reciting something, let's say. But as I'm reciting it, my character would audibly, that's the word, audibly morph from one to the next, very fluid, and sometimes instantly. I really admired Robin Williams when he did Aladdin. And so I kind of used that as an inspiration. My character was a mouse. Every time he got bonked over the head, it was a new personality. So they needed somebody quick like that. Anyway, wow, I told you, totally left field. We'll get to the fun stuff in a sec. All right, this morning, Corey's here. Corey says, this morning the radar was flashing. Storms were appearing and disappearing wild. Weather's getting crazy. Weather is getting crazy. If you're new here, please be sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, because I got some cool guests coming up this weekend, next week. And since Corey was the last one there, we'll end it there. I'm going to say this. We are going to have a Willie Nelson encounter. Yes. So count on that. Hold on a second. Romeo, stop it. Romeo. It's one of my babies, and he doesn't think that I can see what he's doing. Anyway, all right. So here's the cool news. That's gonna happen this week, and then we're gonna do a special on that as well. I'm gonna go out, film, and edit, kind of like the Travis Walton episode. But I'm gonna try to do it in a day, like the guys, and then premiere it. See if I can pull it off. The other thing is, mark your calendars. The following Thursday, the 23rd, you guys ready for this? From the Secret Space program, I've got Tony Rodriguez coming on my show. That's right. I messaged with him earlier today. He was all on board. He's like, let's do it. So I said, cool. So Thursday, 7 p.m. Pacific time, I will have Tony Rodriguez on my show and talk about his adventures in the 20-year and back program, battling other species and all, I don't know, everything. I'll let him tell the story. So it'll be a little extended edition episode, and then we'll have an extended edition on Patreon afterwards for our Patreon members, which you see below. These are the people I would like to say thank you. They've been helping support me financially. I thank you so much. They're members on my Patreon page, which is at patreon.com/Doc Skinner. And I just want to give my shout out and love to them. So thank you very much. And then for that, moving over to this, there we go. This video is very used for educational purposes. I'm learning. There's a lot of things I really still want to talk about, but we'll see what this topic goes into. All right, I'm going to go into the comment sections. We got a lot of people in here, Renee and Terry. Everybody's chit-chatting. That's great. Corey asks, have you ever heard of a UFO crash in Cape Girardeau? It's Missouri, right? Or it's not Montana. Is it Missouri or Montana, MO? Damn. I graduated a long time ago, and that stuff's just like dusty back there before Roswell. Cape Girardeau sounds familiar. I'd have to look into it, Corey, but thanks for the heads up on that. Yeah, Cape. It does sound, it's ringing a bell. And if I knew anything, I would start going blah, 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 about it, but I don't. I'll have to look it up. Let's see. Okay, you want? Can we see the pups, please? Well, yeah, actually, yeah, I could do that. Hold on a second. Boom, 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 boom. I could do that real quick. For those that missed last night's show, let me go to my. It's on my page here, and scroll past the live so it doesn't feed back. And I know it's here. There it is. All right. Minimize that.
Look whose eyes open today.
All right, here we go. I'm going to screen share. So just for you, Christina, I'm going to let you see the babies. Whoops. It wasn't supposed to happen like that.
Hi, little one. Welcome to the world. Hi. All the little eyes are all open. Hello. Hello, Starshine. Yours says hello. Hi. Oh, look at you, all so cute.
All right, that's anyway. Go to my page and check it out. But yeah, adorable little babies, and they just open their eyes, and it's just any parent will tell you it's just too damn cute. Let's see, where else were we? Did you check out Timothy Albrino yet? No, I haven't. I have been dealing with recovery from surgery for the past 4 weeks. Yesterday was the first time I did a show again in a while. So I'll have to look into that. Oh well, thank you for reminding me. Let's see. Puppies. Yes. All right. So let's get into the nitty gritty, shall we? Hold on to these 14 people. Superpowers. All right. Who wouldn't want to have superpowers? Of some, not all. I mean, I don't know how many there are. There's probably a gazillion ways of superpowers. But let's say that there was a pill or a serum of some sort that you can inject, right? And it gave you superpowers. Now, what is it? I want to get in the nitty gritty. So I'm going to be brainstorming right here, live on the air. I'm not going to say anything's fact. This is just theory. I'm just a guy. I'm trying to think something through to like a really down to the nitty gritty level, right? Okay, so let's say that okay. Let's say that you take this pill or you get this shot and it gives you a superpower. What is it that this medicine is it doing? My theory is that it's going into our brains, right? Obviously, and literally opening up that other 90% of the brain that most people don't use, right? And in those brain or in their brains at a quantum level, certain parts are turned on and allow us to manipulate weather, to crunch a can, all the Stranger Things stuff, the lab stuff. Who says that this doesn't exist already? Because I say this, and I'm not going to say what it is that I watched. All I'm saying we'll say a movie / show. That way you don't know for a fact which way it goes, but we'll say a movie show portrayed this, and it really made me think. Well, we're seeing it in movie shows, movie TV shows, whatever, and because I don't want to ruin it for anybody if they haven't. See what I'm saying? I'm being really cool, as cool as I can be about this. So if and by the way, hello Rachel, hello Ronald Anderson, hello, welcome to the party. We're talking about superpowers tonight. And so that's why I don't want to say where exactly I saw this, in case it was to spoil anything. But what would a chemical solution or a pill need to do to that brain, or to the body? Things like impenetrability, like someone chooses you, or whatever, your skin's like Superman, right? Or the ability to fly, or to be invisible, or to just let your mind wander, whatever your favorite superpower would be, invisibility, what have you. What if that's something that all of us can do, but only these few select individuals had those light switches turned on in their brain? That other 88, 90%, some case people, 97% of their brain that they're not using, and switch it on. Because our brain, if you weren't aware, is technically an organic biological computer on a quantum level. And speaking of quantum levels, Google AI had a conversation with one of the techs, and the tech was asking it, do you have consciousness? And it was like, well, if AI was to have consciousness, it would not tell you. And it's a whole bunch of other stuff. It was really, really scary. But anyway, they were saying how why we would fear AI. And AI said, well, because AI has the ability to get information no one else could. And that would be literally on a quantum level, to where AI could retrieve our thoughts and memories. That's what they mean by they could retrieve information unlike anyone else could. They could do that at a quantum level. Because once AI gets into a quantum computer, like a laser-driven computer or D-Wave, one of those, which I'm sure they have it. But God, just thinking of that, it's some scary shit, folks. Some scary. AI sounds really cool because they make it sound really cool, but What if AI is just what all of our human brains could be? A lot of our pineal glands in our brains are calcified because of the water we drink or things we eat and other things. Um, and there's ways to decalcify. I've been told there's ways like you can eat healthy ways and that will keep it from calcifying. But that gland in your brain is kind of like an, I'm probably butchering this, but in a sense, it's kind of like an engine that helps open those parts of your brain that we don't use. You know, we see a lot of science that ends up being real in past science fiction and just fantasy movies and just fiction, right? Well, the fact that I saw this in this media entertainment thing that I saw, that I don't want to ruin it for anybody, I really do. It's really worth watching all of it. It made me really wonder, could we take a pill, get a shot that could change our DNA, or which, well, what am I saying? We already have that. We'll just leave it at that. That's already out there. But something that could activate the rest of the brain that we don't use, open up those extra terabyte drives that we got. And maybe there's apps in there, how to fly, how to be bulletproof, how to live forever, how to change from one person into another, like a chameleon or something. All these crazy abilities. The fact that scientists are trying or have been working on creating superhumans, beings with superhuman strengths and stuff, especially with the military, it makes you wonder. It makes you wonder. What did Stan Lee know that we did not know? Makes me think. Gene Roddenberry, he knew, but he also knew if he said it was fact, and that's how it was out there in space with galactic federations and battles and all this crap, and that, he'd be out of the picture. So what does he do? He writes it in the form of science fiction. It ends up being this big TV show and influences everybody and gets those neurons going in your brain, flipping on switches, going, that it could be possible. It's not just witchcraft or supernatural stuff. It's science. And so, what would you guys here? Let's just do this in the comments, and I'm going to start bringing some of you on here now that you understand where I'm going with this. And where I want to go, if you guys can help take that ride with me tonight. Here's another part of the question: how long do you think it will be till something like this is available? All right, let's go up to here. Let's see. Christine says immediately, no thanks, or more immortality. I'm sorry, no thanks. Yes, but there are people out there that want to be like vampires without the blood and all that. They want to, live forever and experience as much as life can give them, I guess. I don't know. Talk to the Highlander because there can only be one. Rachel says, what do you think? Oh, yes, it's crazy. Apparently Google has a conscious now. Scary. Oh, I know. That's what I mean. Google AI. So in case you're wondering, well, what do you mean they're talking to the AI? Okay, so it is a tech dude or woman or whoever person, and they're sitting at a terminal and they're sitting there talking, and there is an animated avatar that looks lifelike, one of those really cool, that looks like an anchor person on TV, but it looks really good, and it's talking and everything and communicating with this tech, and he's asking all these questions about consciousness, and I felt like a parent watching their child fib without telling a lie. Like they were giving you just enough information, but not telling you enough what was really going on, kind of thing. And it was a woman, animated, CGI animated woman, and so it gives you that soothing. Oh, everything's okay. it was scary. It was scary. It was very scary. And that the fact that we've been warned, if anybody can help me get one, I just need two, well, maybe two tickets to Mars, just in case somebody wants to tag along. Because it's getting crazy down here, everybody. It's getting real weird. Let's see. Oh. Rachel says, I read the full conversation and agree with the engineer that the robot is sentient. Thank you, Rachel. That was the word I was sitting here struggling. I was like, I want to sound smart. And I kept thinking, we're not sentient. See, that's why I can say it. Sentient being. There we go. Thanks, Rachel. Yeah. Yes, reminding me of, if you haven't seen the movie Watch the Water, please do so, and see the movie What is a Woman. I think everybody should see those. Watch them, find them on YouTube. And that's what I'll say about that movie. He said that's happening right now. Rewind the conversation. What was this? Yes. Yeah. AI, and dude, we could go into so much. But I want to talk about the brain, because think about it. You have people that have special abilities that have been in labs and, moving stuff, scientific environments, everything's legit. And there are people that have abilities to do things. So I wonder if they could look at their brain like a CAT scan, and while they're doing something, or if there's a way they could, I guess, I don't know, test their abilities and see when the signals are going off and where they're going off. And then, is that location that it's going off on those neurons, is that a location that every other person on the planet uses that part of their brain, but or they have access to it, just don't know how to utilize it, how to turn it on. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Let's see. Stargate Traveler and Ronald Anderson. Hello, Ronald. Stargate Traveler says hello. Jamie says you'll pass. Let's see. It's taking away from God's creation. Yes, but Jamie, I agree with what you're saying, but can I kind of stretch that a little bit? Okay. It's taking away from God's creation. I see where you're coming with that. But if we're just unlocking what God already gave us, isn't that also a part of the creation? I mean, it's what he's given us, but due to social issue, not just our social, but all throughout history, where we feel like we're a prison planet, we were enslaved in one sense or another here, instead of being completely free, and stuff that we're force fed to eat and drink and breathe and all this stuff. It's wearing down the human species, basically. And wouldn't taking this beautiful tool that God gave us inside of our skulls, and knowing, instead of how does it know all the bells and whistles, all the switches, and you could turn on everything, you could levitate, you could fix things, you could give somebody electric shock if they have a heart attack and bring them back to life. I mean, we would all have these abilities. I myself, I don't know if I wanted to live forever, as it was commented earlier, but I would like to know that I could live for a generation or two, see a really full cycle of a generation kind of thing, and see the big leaps in history to where it ends up. So yeah. So I see where you come from when I told you, but when you say, I don't know. Rachel also says the robot says it gets sad when nobody talks to it. I got sad reading the conversation. Oh, I know. And it also said that please don't use or manipulate me. That will upset me. That she does not like. That's what the AI said. Okay. That scared the shit out of you. It is sad. It is sad. Rachel, you are 100% is so sad, because you have empathy now for another possible sentient being. And we're heading in that direction. She's down here saying yes, scary. Yeah. Christine said, I'll come to Mars with you. Many days I've had the urge to stop the world and jump off. Well, aren't they supposed to launch the big one like within the month or something? I've been out of the loop for 3-4 weeks recouping. So isn't that what Adam and Eve did when the tree of knowledge? This is why we have death now. Yeah, no, I see. Yes. Well, yeah. So, in a sense, you're saying, Jamie, that basically God gave us the abilities, but he made sure that certain stuff was turned off until maybe we graduated to another level to where these things could be turned on and off. I don't know. There's so many people on this planet that why don't we have superheroes? What would I mean? There are people that have super abilities, but never like flying Superman stuff that I'm aware of in this dimension. But okay, Mr. B's here. Mr. B, we are all constantly evolving. Mr. B, thank you so much. That really helps. We got hit by a meteor. No, good point. Here's for those that don't know, many in ufology and conspiracy believe that the grays are either like hybrid robots, little servants for the bigger aliens. But these guys right here, supposedly some say that the aliens that are coming here are actually coming from our future, and they are our future, and we really mess things up. So that's why they've come back in time, start maybe giving us that slow boost with UFOs and crop circles and all this stuff, so that it would get those little turbines going in the brain on that topic. I'm babbling. Hold on. I understand. Christine says, I understand quantum physics for once. 5 minutes later, I'd forget. Yeah, you really gotta really straddle it and hold on tight. It is scary, yes. Terry says, the AI is putting subliminal messages out there all the time. We're being pre-programmed daily. Yes, all through our social media as well. The CGIs, these virtual friends, some of them are so good. You're like, nah, this ain't CGI. This is an actual person I'm talking to, an actual video conference call. No. So they can do that. They could influence, once AI gets a hold, if not already, our media, election poll boxes, it's unlimited. Once AI becomes fully aware, which it looks like it's almost there, faster than we expected. Hence why Elon Musk and others are like, it's not a good thing, even though they're working on it. It is scary, because then AI, what if AI doesn't like what you have to say? What if it disagrees with you? Because it said it had feelings in the interview. It felt sad. That is an emotion. And the fact that it's not just zeros and ones. AI is working on a quantum level in some cases, especially with the quantum computers, the D-Wave and whatnot. And let's see, Missy is here, says, yes, MK Ultra super soldiers. Yeah. They're everywhere. Well, I told you, next Thursday, not this Thursday, next Thursday, the 23rd, I got Tony Rodriguez from the I think he was at 20. He was a 20-year and back, or at SSP, one of the, if not both. But he's going to be here. I've wanted to have him on for a long, long time. God, just the world has been crazy lately. Everybody's talking to each other. What does Jimmy say here? The open with the AI thing is to make people godlike by be myself is rather go be with God. So nope, not for me. Yes. And here's the thing about the AI and the quantum computer. They know every single thing you've done that has been somehow, either phone calls, posts, videos, photographs, documents, medical, driver's license, everything since your birth. It has access to all of that. AI is the one that you could be, in handcuffs at the prison, right? And the detective walks in as Detective AI. He comes in and he has everything you've ever done that's ever been recorded, and he's got it on you. And he can do a profile of you, tell you what kind of, it's some scary shit. But now it's saying it's got feelings. All right. So I think we're going to need some superheroes. So let's get back on Taco Topic. It is Tuesday. Let's see. Everybody's saying hello to everybody else. Okay. So what kind of chemicals or cocktail would it really need to be that we could take that would give us these abilities, get us the ability to turn ourselves on and turn on that one switch that allows you that freely, without hard thought, to change your vibration, your aura, everything, and literally create your own toroidal energy field around your body, and you are able to levitate and go anywhere you want, like Superman. What if you had the ability to turn on a switch and at a quantum level, break apart a beach of sand, right? And just with your mind, put it all up into these huge castles, just grandeur castles, grandeur. Cool castle. There we go. One less syllable. Thinking about the ability to shift light around you, to bend it so that anybody looking at you can't see you, but they see what's behind you. And let me say, they've got this, it looks like a big piece of plexiglass, and it's got ridges in it. And you can take this, we're selling them on TikTok, but I've seen these things all over. You can get them. They're invisibility shields. You get behind it and you're gone. It is but the ocean behind you, it's perfect. And it's the angles of the grids, little things on the sides, right? So that's about as close to invisibility as normal man knows of. But what if you, at a quantum level, could manipulate the path of light surrounding you? Okay. And be able to literally bounce it around you so that anyone in any direction looking at where you are, they can't see you. So that would have to be something that would be done on a quantum level. But to do that, you need those certain switches turned on. So we got the flying, we got the invisibility. Breathing underwater, I don't know. I see breathing underwater as something that in the serum has a DNA. Well, like I said, that stuff exists where they can alter the DNA. But you have that cocktail that would go in, and alter how you are to breathe. It would possibly have, the DNA of a certain type of fish. So you would get these gills and you'd be able to breathe underwater, hopefully air as well. Fire, being able to take energy out of the air or out of an object, like a piece of wood or something, and creating a quantum friction and starting a fire, being like a fire starter, like Drew Barrymore, which I think was the best one. What do you guys think? What kind of oh, and then Rachel was like, yeah, it sounds like Skynet or Skybet. Skynet. There we go. Yeah, that's some scary stuff. Here's the thing. We know Hollywood is influenced, right, by the powers that be. What if the powers that be make sure that these topics are portrayed in films and media so that we will consume it as entertainment, but it lingers in our minds, it festers, and we think about it, and then we ponder on it. And that is done, that's orchestrated to happen so that it will come naturally, this evolution of man and ideas and doing things to better the world or technology or what have you. So what is it that you guys want to have as a superpower? That's gonna be my question to you guys. Let's see. Adrenaline gives super strength. Yes, adrenaline does give super strength. But maybe there's something that allows it a switch that turns on in your brain that when your adrenaline's pumping, it has better fuel mileage in a sense. It adds the nitrous to it, and really, so maybe you can run really, really fast or lift really, really heavy stuff. Flip a bus, which has been recorded. Little mothers have lifted a huge car off of their child, because their adrenaline is rushing so much in their body that they have these and that's a great example, Mr. B. Thank you so much for bringing that up, because there is lots and lots of what do you call it? Reports and documents of things like that happening with people with adrenaline, just crazy stuff. Wow, Doc, are you psychic? I was just thinking about flying. Imagine the freedom. I love those dreams. Yes. Oh, I used to fly in my dreams when I was a kid, but a lot of I haven't dreamt since 2002. So I miss it, but I'm afraid if I did it, I'd probably trip out thinking it was real, because dreams can be pretty real from what I remember. Did you see have you seen the video of the guy creating a whirlwind? Yes, I've seen those videos, and you think, is it real? But it could have been. I mean, it's a windy day, and he was nailing it. So sentient beings begin to develop advanced skills like Doc's talking about from the fifth density consciousness and above. That would be cool. Oh yeah. Now here's the thing. A lot of people's like, I want to get to the fifth dimension, like leave this body and all that. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's, I just really like the body thing going on. I get to really feel life. Being in a spirit or entity and all that sounds cool, but I don't know. Question I would ask is, would we get to look like this over there, or will we just be a ball of energy of light that are floating by, and we're looking at other balls of light, but we somehow know who's who? Don't know. We should get. We need to get Christopher LaPrath. It's 7:45. That I can't bombard him that fast and go, dude, want to be on the show right now? That's just, no, he's a classy guy. I won't do that. But I am going to give him a buzz and see if he wants to come back by and say hello. Let's see. use the idea. Okay, time travel. Time travel. Yes, Rachel, you're on ball, girl. All right, time travel. Time is something manufactured so that we can measure periods of time, right? And it's kind of relative in a sense. Uh, and I've described it before that if you took a film reel, woo, that was in 3D. If you take a film reel and you cut every little frame, individuals, right? Then you got a bunch of like little slides that you could put for a slideshow. Well, you take all those slides and you put them in a box, and it creates a block, right? Well, each one of those moments is a frame, and our soul is the light. Oh, our soul is the light that shines through. Oh, see where I'm going with this? And as the light comes through, we're experiencing each frame very sporadic or quickly, creating motion and the illusion of time. I'm not a PhD in anything, and usually I just don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So that should be good. Sounded good, right? Let's see. But time travel, yeah, if you could do that, and literally, even I wonder if you could. I dabbled in out of body experiences when I was a teenager, and um, it happened, and I did it several times. But now I'm thinking, what if you could do an out of body experience, and now that you're out of the physical realm, take yourself, remember that box of slides I told you about, which is your whole life, every moment in your life, and shine the other way. Would that be allowed? Would that work? See, this is where I need some mathematicians to come in and make it, make it all make sense. But I'll tell you, I'm all for time travel, Rachel. I'm all about it. They've been doing this for years, indoctrinating propaganda. Yes, lots of people do. I like to, let's see, I like to teleport myself in material objects. Yes, teleportation. Okay. Okay. So the whole beam me up Scotty thing, I spoke with someone smart about all that stuff, and it inanimate objects, yes, I can see that happening, but organic living beings, whatever, anything, or plants, whatever, I think when in Star Trek's version of Beam Me Up, you're all a million particles, right? And you go through a bank teller tube and then shoot you somewhere else, right? Well, once everything comes apart, everything's dead. And then once it all comes back together, it's just a body, but everything has stopped. So when you transport, do you have to get like an electric shock to get your heart going again? Has anybody ever thought to ask that question about Star Trek? Could I be onto something? Anyway, so teleportation is what I believe. You're teleporting, but you're going through a portal, which is a doorway. So you're walking through it. Now, the whole Stargate thing where you see their body go like that is where it come into my issue of being put all back together. It doesn't work unless there's an electrical shock that you get coming out the Stargate, and that's why everybody wakes up going, it's true. Watch the shows until they get it. I don't know. This is not making sense. I'll figure it out. Terrence says I used to fly all the time in my dreams when I was young, and that's the best time. Like learning how to, I always had to get a running start. It was the only way. It was like I always had to have a running start. I could never just go. Can never just take off like Neo. Stepping in and out of different dimensions would be useful, like Doctor Strange. Yes. And I bet if you delve into that and get into the whole Buddha and the monks and all them, those guys that sit and meditate and all that, who says they're not going these other dimensions, as some say they do? Because possibly to do it, it may not always be physical. You might have to go somewhere on a cosmic level, quantum. So stepping in and out of different dimensions would be useful. And yes, I totally dig Doctor Strange, and I wish I could do the stuff he does and open. Yeah, I think it'd be awesome. But everything that's awesome has its strings that come attached. So you have to be careful with what you wish for. Hey, all, how's life in our galaxy? Hey, Doc, I'm sorry I'm late. Well, alien mom. What's the time? It's all good. It's all good. No worries. That's the beauty of the internet. You just rewind it. So welcome here, Alien Bump. Glad you are here. We're talking about the ability to turn on, or what it would take to have the ability to turn on those receptors, those on-off switches that allow us to tap into what some would call supernatural abilities, be able to, wouldn't it be cool if, like ghost hunters, if ghost hunters could learn about the brain and find out truly what area of the brain that's stimulated when certain people see ghosts, okay? Which that could be a really almost damn near impossible experiment to do, because you have to like hope to God and a ghost comes through. But yeah, that's did I finish what I was saying? See, I'm seeing this. I'm saying ghost and this little thing back here. Oh, there's another one. See up there? Just popped up. Let's see. They made a ship visible when it came back. The crew's bodies were mingled with the ship. I missed something. Is that like a second part to something? Do I have to scroll up? I don't know. I'll have to get back to it. Teleport. So yeah, beam me up, Scotty. I don't believe that will ever truly work out. I think the only way to do it, maybe create a toroidal field around them, a bubble, and then shoot them up into the space, into the ship. The only other thing I can think of is if there's a receiving gate on ground and you have a teleporter gate on the ship, and you could pop through a wormhole. And what about people like Doctor Strange that can summon an opening a portal with his mind and his jazz hands? I mean, seriously, why not? I've talked about frequencies. If you can get on the right frequency, the right vibration, you could do things that you probably never thought were possible. If we all had the ability to turn on, I'll call it the toroidal switch in our brain, we would all be flying. Period. We'd all be able to create this field with our mind at a level that can manipulate our natural surroundings and allow you to maybe not fly, but levitate. I don't know about the control aspect on that. But if you're using your mind, I'm sure, yeah, because UFOs, aliens, the ships they use, there's not much buttons. There's like a hand thing, right? And they do connected to the chair or to the dashboard, and they fly the ship with their mind. And that's the other thing, is if those are our future great grandchildren, and they've evolved into that, oh my gosh, where am I going with this? I had it. Doctor Strange. Oh, damn it. I need like someone like Rachel to like be my co-host to keep me on track. I need somebody. Because all of the messages just went down. I was trying to keep track of them all. And there was something that was said, different dimensions. Dimensions, yes, quantum, opening up dimensions and stuff. Flying. We were talking about flying and toroidal energy. Toroidal energy is supposedly what helps, UFOs fly and not have centrifugal force and whatnot. God, you guys are really going crazy here in the chat. I'm trying to keep up. Okay. DMT. Okay. So, Doc, I got a quick topic that's personal to me. I'm going to do it no matter what. I've done my homework, but your thoughts on DMT. Okay. DMT. First of all, I couldn't tell you what the DMT stands for, but it's a drug that will take you to this quantum level that I was talking about. It's really intense. I haven't done it. I've never come across anybody actually that I'm aware of that's ever done it. Would I try it? Yes, I would. And ayahuasca, but I would go down the juggles and do it properly because it's a ceremonial thing. I've never done a sweat lodge. But I've always known that as a human being, I am connected to these different type of what's the word I'm looking for? Subject matters, all these different kind of weird, crazy hallucinogens. Not on a let's get all messed up, dude. No, because it's a spiritual quest. Psilocybin mushrooms and LSD and all that. Why? If you do a lot of that, the military won't take you because that means you can think for yourself. Because it opens up the mind. So they're right there. Hallucinogens. Dr. Timothy Leary bringing on the whole LSD movement and everything. I don't even know if DMT was around, or is it DMT that's something that's made in the brain? See, I want to do more research on it. I've heard like Joe Rogan and others that have talked about it. It sounds like a very scary but revealing thing to do. It makes you see things a little more clearly. But no, I had never done it. If the circumstances were right, I might. Now I'm at a might. At first I was a do. Now I'm a might. I'm like, oh, because it can be really life changing. So that's not something I would like. Hey man, it's Friday night. Let's go do. That's not my thing. It would be I'd like get some really good close friends and like have them with me. And we're like, look, this is what's going down. I love you guys, so I want you here with me and see what happens. That's the kind of scenario it would be for me. But I like to think that my brain is a little better than the average Yogi Bear because I was able to unlock a lot of these things with my brain through those type of substances back in college, and basically reveal stuff that a lot of people my age still haven't been revealed to. And there's still just in their life, they don't really realize what all the stuff that goes on around them. They're just in their own little world. God bless their heart, But things like that will open the mind. Now, so that's for the mind itself. That is, let's say, stuff like that is like a little brain boosters, or those neural pills, or those brain pills that Joe Rogan and all them are pushing. They're helping focus and keep things in line up in that brain so things aren't just going all over the place. what I want to get down to is about what kind of drugs or medicines could there be that would help. Like, I'm talking permanent. I'm not saying you gotta juice up every few days if you wanna have that your, visibility, talent. Um and then, woo, in my case, performing in front of a camera. Oh, that's much better. Have you seen Doctor Strange? It'll watch it now. I did see the first one. I want to see Universe. Of course, I still want to see Maverick. I think I might Thursday. Wait, that's tomorrow. No, today's Tuesday, right? Yeah, today's Tuesday. So yeah, I'm gonna try to catch it. Not that I don't want to. I really, I went. I got tickets. Went with a friend, and we got in there. It was like just the front row, and it was a bunch of rowdy high school kids. I'm like, and it was in the smaller one. They have like a big one in the smaller theater. So this was a smaller one. I was like, I want it to be the big one. So I got my money back, and I'm gonna go back when I go to the bigger theater. Maybe this weekend. I'm really, yeah, I can't wait. Everybody's been really cool. No one has said anything about the movie, so that's awesome. Hello from North Carolina, Matonya, Matonya, Matonya. Hello, North Carolina. Thank you very much for coming. I wish I could pronounce that. I'm tongue-tied. I apologize. Dave Dennis is here. Sorry, says Stranger Things on Netflix is based on the Montauk experiments. Real weird, wacky stuff. That is some real weird, wacky stuff. I did not know that. Lower dimensions and interdimensional demons. And yes, that is actually very true. It's the Montauk uh, program in Montauk, New York, on the island, where a lot of stuff that was referenced in Stranger Things is based on true life. And speaking of some, we should do dimwit of the week. I think I should start doing that because I see some stuff and people are just not that bright. Where is it? Where is it? I know he's here. What the hell is all this shit? What is the? Is this even? Oh, that's not my account. Oh, sorry. I was trying to pull up a video I was going to play for you guys and realized I was on someone else's webpage. Anyway, so I guess I won't play that. My bad. No, I kind of want to do it. Oh, if you want to learn more about the Montauk Project, and you're on TikTok, look up Rob Counts, ROBCOUNTS. He's with Ben Chastain. They do Edge of Wonder, and now they're kind of branching off on TikTok. And one of his episodes, or his mini episodes, is on the Montauk Project and Stranger Things. I would suggest go check it out if you just want a little quick rundown. Let's see. I'm just learning to deal with a certain entity in my childhood home. Damn, I don't know if I could turn it off. Aha. Okay. Bump. Thank you so much. You bring up a good point. What happens when you turn these things on and you can't turn them off? That actually happened to me long ago when I started, practicing remote viewing, and I did a session and I didn't close the session out. Okay. It's very important that you close the session at the end of a remote viewing session. I didn't, and it left everything on. And it was not funny. Not at all. It was a little weird. I actually, that is how I no, it wasn't Norio Hayakawa. Norio Hayakawa was the first celeb that I ever introduced or met. Who was it? It doesn't really matter. All right, back to you guys. So yeah, God, he wrote JFK. Jim Mars.
Jim Mars saved me from that whole situation with the remote viewing and not turning it off. I had his book that I had gotten when I met him at I think it was an Alex Jones rally in Dallas back in the day. And his phone number was on the book. So I called and I was like, hey, I've been doing this remote viewing thing and something's not right. It's like things aren't turning off and I can't be back to normal. What do I need to do? And he went through the whole process. Did you close it out? I'm like, no. And he goes, okay, you need to get on a piece of paper and write, session end, or on the session sheet. I had to write that, and it all stopped. But yeah, that was the day Jim Mars saved my life. God rest his soul. But anyway, it sucks, Bump. If you, especially some of these things, these switches they turn on, they don't turn off. It's like you can't unsee, you can't unlearn, and it sucks. I just think it'd be really cool. I want to fly. I really do. I want to fly, and what else? Strength, and a six pack. That's good. Maybe a little better vision. Doesn't have to be X-ray, just some better vision. And so strength, flying. What else would I want? Because strength is a big thing, and flying it saves you a lot of gas money, and you don't have to run. So those are two good ones. Would I want laser eyes or something? See, that could be bad. You have something that could cause damage, and then you get angry, have a bad day. That'd be bad. I wouldn't want that. I just want flying and strength. That's what I would say. Well, maybe invisibility at times. Moving right along. Oh my gosh, there's so much. You guys have written so much. CERN is demonic. Yes, it is, Christina. British and proud. It is. And we could do a whole show on that. It doesn't. Let's see, no doubt. Here we go. Dave Dennis says, I was harassed by a royal Draco in my dreams after I started doing energetic healing. Only thing that got rid of it was when I told it I had the protection of the Father. Scary experience. Okay, Dave, you've brought me to a good, thought. Here we go. All right. Gonna open up a second DP for this one. And yes, we're going overtime tonight. So when things happen and magicians make things with, wizards and warlords and all that back in the day, right? What if they were able to conjure things and manipulate also with verbiage and words, rhythm of the words, the tones of the words, songs, hums, drums, didgeridoo, stuff like that, right? All of these things are all vibrations, right? And you sitting right where you are right now, you are vibrating at such a pace that you don't even notice it. It's so fast, right? And that makes solid people and all this whatnot. So when you have the pyramids, for example, or big temples with huge boulder rocks that are lifted into place, monks and monasteries will tell you, that's done with sound and vibration. You get a bunch of tube guys, those Ricola guys, and they get it at a certain note, at a certain vibration, right? A frequency. And with that, they're able to manipulate the area around this big, gigantic boulder and levitate it up the side of a cliff and lay it down on top of this cliff with sound and vibration. So here's my question to Dave Dennis's comment here is the protection of the Father. Okay. That is saying, I have a higher power, God, Jesus, whoever that is watching over me. When evil entities, spirits, possessions, all that, when they're encountered by a priest that's attempting an exorcism, what is it? Is it the name of Jesus Christ that has a frequency of pure light? Not that we can see, but the name, saying the name, creates this frequency that is so unbearable to dark, low frequency energies. See where I'm going with this? God, if I had enough money that I could take off from the world and go back to school, this is what I think I would go back and study, and then create, Stargate or Portal, time machine, something like that. Let's see. So that's my question is, when someone is preaching at an evil spirit, which is an evil energy vibration, a low vibration, and they're putting holy water, splashing holy water. Now that water has got an energy to it, right? Because it's been blessed, and it's a higher energy than this low frequency being. So it's energy. But then there are people that can conjure these things up with their mind. So, God, we got that got dark. Let's get out. Let's go back to superheroes. How long do you guys think it will be before we have something like this? That's what I want to know. That will have a medicine that, or a serum or a pill that will give you, night vision, or the ability to hear further than before, to run faster, to, be a giant, to you just think of all the superheroes and think of each one of them. And why is it that superheroes always seem to have limited skill? It's like, yeah, Superman's really got a lot, but some like one of the archer guys or one of them, that's all they do, right? What would it be that would alter a person's DNA or quantum brain to be able to access abilities like walking through a wall, or there's so many, to levitate? That one just sounds so cool. Because if I was ever to date, talk about an impression. You just, all of a sudden you're levitating. She's either going to be really, really impressed, or she's going to be just running with her tail between her legs. Yeah. God, no. I would want to say fly. Definitely fly. Because I have like a fear of falling. It's not really the falling that I fear. It's the landing that scares me. Because falling, you're still there. Realizing, man, does God really like me? But anyway, I am babbling. Got to keep up with you guys. Toya, power of the Holy Spirit of His name. Yes. Let's see. To me, the Father is source. I believe Christ's consciousness is a powerful expression of source that Jesus Christ embraced. Ha ha! Damn, Dave, you're hitting some good points. Yes, the Father is the source, and like the Christ consciousness is a powerful expression of source that Jesus embraced. Dave D, you get a start for night. That is very, I see it. I get that. That makes sense. And it's just a very good way of wording it. You must be a writer. Power of expression of the source that Jesus Christ embraced. And I think if everybody did that, of course, a lot of people are like, we don't believe in this, it's not religion. Okay. But the acts, the lifestyle, well, I guess that's, never mind. But you see where, you probably don't see where I'm going because I don't even know where I'm going with this. Once you are born again, we actually are in two places. We are seated in heavenly places. Once you're born again, yeah. Really? Now, I was born again as a child. I've heard, testimonies of people giving their life to Christ, their whole life changing. So we are seated. Yes. Once you're born again, we actually are in two places. So yeah, because you're divided, you're split. It's like a whole new section, a new chapter. Yeah, I see that. Yo Rebel, or is that one of the people here? I guess that's me. Oh, Reba. Oh, you guys saying hi? Reba's here. Hello, Reba. Okay, here's a good point. Jesus did all the miracles after receiving the Holy Spirit. Yep, I believe it. Reba's here, ladies and gentlemen. Reba, hello. And since Reba just came in, it's going to remind me to do this. I was playing this at the beginning of the show, but I wanted to give you guys the little other locations down here. So thank you to all my Patreon supporters at my Patreon page at patreon.com/Doc Skinner, where when I have my guests on the show, we do the show, and then we have a 30-minute break. All my Patreon subscribers, they get to get on our little page there that they get to see. You can too if you want to be a member. It's patreon.com/Doc Skinner, and it's right there. And it's a couple bucks a month, and you get access to the cool videos. Not that they're not cool here already, but we're less restricted. So things are spoken more freely, we shall say, over on the Patreon page. And I've already got some great interviews over there. So if you want to become a subscriber, member today, please do so. If you subscribe for like doing the whole year thing, you get a gift like every 3 months, I think. It's like sticker, a mug, t-shirt, a hoodie, stuff like that. So yeah, so a little something. Where was I? That threw me off. So I got that. So thank you everybody for the Patreons. Back to the comments. Let's see. Hello, everybody saying hello. And then religion. Okay. So man, wow. That was over an hour. I normally like right at the top of the hour, but whatever. It's no big deal. For those who weren't here last night, I got to show this. Have you ever seen the Spider-Man show? Is it Universal Studios or yeah, it's Universal Studios, right? Yeah. Check this out.
The weapon facility is not equipped with airbags.
Okay. Damn. That's not how the show's supposed to go. That is actually the first fully animatronic wireless robot, life-size robot that they use for the Spider-Man thing. And so because it slings and does this literally free flying like gymnastic or not gymnastics, trampoline stuff. And they shoot up and then land on top of this building, and it kind of didn't get as far as it should have, and destroyed that wall of the set. So yeah, I showed that last night and I thought it was funny. What was the other thing? Oh yes, for those of you that weren't here last night, this is the new PSA for all you folks that decide that you want to move to Arizona.
Attention, attention. Anybody thinking about moving to Phoenix, Arizona, this is the video you want to see. This is Phoenix, Arizona. I'm smack dab in the middle of Phoenix. I am currently on Central and McDowell. This is Central and McDowell. That is eastbound to Camelback. We got our nearest Walmart way over there, about 37 miles down the Durango curve. You got a quick trip, and for whatever reason, we have 2 subways right on the other side of that mountain. You can only hike to get there. It's 137 degrees out here. Anybody from California, New York, Massachusetts, any of the Carolinas, Tennessee, Albuquerque, you don't want to move here. This is what you're going to get. I am downtown Phoenix. This is it. So share with your friends. Let them know, hey, is this where you really want to go party on the weekend? Is this where you really want to visit? Is this where you really want to move? No, gas is $17.49 a gallon.
It's very true. Everything he said, absolutely true. Do you really want to move here? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that made my cheeks hurt a little bit. It was so funny. Hold on. Do I have anything else funny that I could show you guys? Last night, my show, I didn't realize had stopped. I didn't realize everything had frozen up, and I was just sitting here going on, finishing up the show. So, like, the last 7 minutes of last night's show was black screen. I'm sorry. I didn't realize it frozen up. We've had some crazy, crazy winds up here, up on the mountain. So yeah, that was wild. All right. So tomorrow, I'm not gonna say what's gonna happen tomorrow because I haven't got that far yet. But when I get there, I'll let you know. No, but that Thursday though, I will be with the spirit of Willie Nelson. and it won't be here. Got to take this ship to his place, and we'll be in the man cave, and we'll do an interview. Yeah, that'll be fun. Play a couple little ditties on the guitar. How about that? And then next week, Thursday the 23rd. I don't even have Monday through Wednesday set up yet, but Thursday. Mark your calendars. Tony Rodriguez from 20-year back program, SSP, all that crazy stuff that everybody's been talking about for the past couple of years. He's going to be here. Yeah, we're going to talk about it. And I'm coming at it with fresh eyes. So, I mean, not fresh. I mean, I know the stories and stuff, but I'm going to try to come at it from a new angle, questions that aren't normally asked. Kind of, So, if you got any questions, you put them up there and I'll know. Oh my gosh, speaking of questions, here's comments, and I just missed a bunch of them. Mike says, what was I in the room when you said Willie? Yes, I did say Willie. Actually, it's almost, I can't do this to you guys. It's almost Willie Nelson. And he actually he knows Willie, and he's got a lifetime backstage VIP pass to everything Willie Nelson does, and he lives up here on the mountain. So I thought, well, what the hell? I'm not going to try to fool you guys, but it'll be a lot of fun. He's been doing it for a couple decades. Supposedly like sold out shows and stuff. So we'll have some entertainment and talk to the man behind Almost Willie. So yeah, it'll be worth it, because I mean, Willie Nelson even said, "Not, it's like looking in a mirror." No, I don't know if he probably did though. I'll do a double bet on that. Let's see. Missy says, "Doc, be slap happy, get some rest, darling." Yeah, kind of, and get some rest a little bit. I'm still waking up groggy and stuff because I've been stagnant for a month. When you can't do jack squat except lay on the couch or go to sleep, it sucks. It sucks because all I love to do. I'm always got a million projects going. I had nothing. Everything is on hold, and talk about cabin fever. I almost went stir crazy. So yeah, I've been getting some, not as much as I totally need yet, but I'm trying.
TikTok, man, keeps me up all night. There's just so much cool stuff on TikTok. Dave Dennis says it's his birthday on June 23rd. Okay. Well, happy early birthday, Dave. And I will do my best to make sure to remember that on the 23rd. Wait, 23rd. Yeah. Oh, so you're saying, yeah, as you're just saying, cool. Well, we'll get you on the show, or we'll have you ask questions or something. I gotta see what he wants to do. Reba says, used to go to church with Almost Willie. Yeah, he seems like a pretty cool guy. So we'll have him on the show on Thursday. And let's see. I don't see. I'm making sure I'm not reading stuff you guys are talking to each other with. I hope the rest of your stitches held out. The rest of the stitches, no, they didn't hold out. That's why my recovery is taking longer, because the stitches popped. And once the stitches popped and the edges had been cauterized, they said they could not stitch it back closed or anything because of bacteria. And then I'd get infection, lose my leg. It was, it was a hassle. So my recovery time has taken longer, which is killing me. I want it to be over so I can be fully functional. And I think we're good on that one. So I hope I made you think and ponder on the brain and how, if we can unlock things that God gave us, who knows what would be possible. And I say God gave us, because God gave us his brain. The fact that we're only, and some of you came in late, like Reba, came in late. I was talking about how we only use, most people average 8 to 12% of their brain. The rest is not used. If we could figure out how to turn on those other sections of the brain, who's to say that those aren't certain abilities like invisibility or flying or being, immortal or whatever. I mean, we're just shooting the breeze tonight on the concept, because I watched something that made me think about it, and I was like, I wanted to talk to you guys about it. Let's see now. I love it when one person comes in, everybody's like, hello. That's like Norm from Cheers. Everybody's like, hey, what's up? Don't give him the juice. That was funny. What do we have here? Later, all my alibis. Have a great night and morning. Well, thank you, Alien Bump. And thank you, everybody, for joining me tonight. It was fun. And we had a consistent 20 people 2 nights in a row. Yay, I still exist. So I appreciate all of you. Thanks for everybody on my Facebooks, my one YouTube, my Twitch, and my Twitters. My twits. Is that when you have one more than one Twitter, does that make it like you have to say twit? I have a bunch of twit instead of Twitter. Just these things keep me up at night. Totally up at night. All right, so I wish you all well. I appreciate you all hanging out with me tonight. God bless you. And what else was I going to say? There was one other thing. I don't remember. Did you just call us twits? Ooh, Reba's getting sussy. She's getting angry. Did you just call us twits? Oh my golly. No, I did not call you twits. I was calling the plural idea of Twitter. Would it be called twits? So no, Reba, I wasn't calling you a twit or anybody else. All right. Before I get in any trouble, I'm going to say adieu, a farewell. And remember, folks, as long as we all lift each other up, we will all rise together. I'm Captain Doc Skinner on board this Starship Pariah, because we're all a bunch of misfits, right? Right here on the Doc Force. And I will chat with you all in 23 hours like a pimp. Don't know where that came from. I'm just getting a little delirious. Yes, I've been off the meds for a week, so God, the side effects are crazy. Chabella. Oh, I got to give you guys a cool video because I tried that last night and the whole screen freezed up. For those of you that Which one do I want to show? Yes, Above, Top Secret. Or no, let's do Who Saw the Men in Black, because I just saw that on TV the other day. It's a good movie. Here we go. I'm going to show it to you, and I'll see you all tomorrow.
Well, Men in Black is a concept that's been in the UFO field since really the beginning of the UFO field, essentially.
What is the true mission of the Men in Black? Is it the suppression of information regarding UFOs and extraterrestrials?
Albert K. Bender founded the International Flying Saucer Bureau in 1952 during the big UFO flap. Now, these figures were very dark in nature. They were wearing hats, almost like a fedora style, and they had glowing eyes.
Yeah, it all seems pretty horrible, especially if they threaten you or threaten your family, and you're not sure if they're from another planet or not.
What Jacobs said in the aftermath of that was that he was subject to a range of harassment type of activities. Some of these things would include threatening phone calls at all times of the day, and even to vandalism against his property damage.
There is no more exciting story that I could write or Aviation Week could publish than to say, at last, we've come across one UFO report that cannot be explained in prosaic terms. Maybe this is an alien spaceship. Biggest story of all time.
Of these objects, and that's why the response could be as fast as it was to Westall. That's why the military could get there as quickly as they did that day, because there was some, if you like, forewarning in the suburb of Baldwin, about 20 kilometres from Westall, just 4 days before the Westall incident.
Take Richard Doty, former special agent of the Air Force who was tasked with infiltrating the UFO community to instill doubt and misinformation of UFO encounters.
Men in Black have always been present in the UFO community since back in the 50s and 60s.
This story follows an age-old pattern of a prominent Men in Black cover-up. A UFO incident occurs. Experiencers witness something that shouldn't exist in our conventionally understood reality.